On level, you could be the greatest individual in football history.
We are back with another video. Listen, man. Drama. More drama.
Always drama. Yeah.
And there's another clip meant to be coming out right now as well.
Yeah.
The
right
Ronaldo
now,
situation.
there's a clip coming out right now. There's this obviously what's going on right now. You know what I mean? It's mad, man. It just shows you, man, this club is never ending drama, man. I think they thrive off it, man. The football club, they entertain it, they love it. You know what I mean, bro?
Nah, not this one.
Hey?
Not this one.
Now they do, man. I think they do love it secretly. I think they love drama, man. I think they love everything that goes on. You know what I mean? They'd rather be the center of attention. They don't like being a quiet club. But I just think they love it, man. Even in all these protests, man, they love everything, man. It surrounds them. Whatever thing comes with it, I think they love it secretly, bro. But yeah, listen, it just shows you, man, from the highs of Garnacho winner, I thought, you know what, right, buzzing. I'm looking forward to the World Cup. Bro, this is just like some mad distraction now. I'm thinking, what the flip, man? Because Ronaldo will get asked again about this in the interview and all that, you know.
But I don't think he cares now. As I said, like he's at breaking point. The contract's going to get terminated, which is why I feel like at this point, I don't think he cares.
I don't think he does care, man. And this is a situation that he's almost become that powerful now in his head that he's thinking, you know what, you can throw everything at me now. I don't care. I
think he's at that point where he wants to get his contract terminated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is why
100%.
I'm like, everyone's going to laugh when the contract does get terminated, but Ronaldo wants this. The
Yeah,
club
Ronaldo
needs this.
Of course.
Both parties need it.
Bro, both parties have been needing it. In the summer, this should have been terminated. This should have been the last straw. But again, the football club, you know what I mean? The thing is, for me, people talk about communication and all that. Ronaldo couldn't find a football club, and that's the ultimate decision. And when you can't do that, I don't think Erik ten Hag ever forced him out. And that's why I just find it weird that he's saying that Erik ten Hag forced him out. He might have said, you might have a limited role or you might not be the main guy, but you will be part of my plans. You will be a key man in terms of the dressing room, you know what I mean? Striker-wise, we only have 2 strikers. So it's not as if you're 4th choice striker. You're basically, I would have been more confident that I would be number 9 when you look at Martial's injury record. So, and then you had the opportunity to get fit. You didn't. You know what I mean? Like I said, that pre-season mode, you were out for a while, obviously due to personal reasons. But like I said, for that reason, you know what I mean? Didn't become first choice. And it's one of them where the managers fought the betterment of the team. And that's what we need right now. We don't need this added distraction, Statman. We definitely don't need this, bro. And this is why, for me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I look at what he said about the Glazers, and I'm looking at his motivation behind it. I'm looking at it from the point of view of why now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna, for me, kind of disagree with what he says. I agree with him, but why now? That's just my own opinion. I think he's done it because it comes from a point of desperation where he's thinking, you know what? I need this to come underneath everything else what's been said. We know about the history. We know about the training ground. We know this.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is here, is Ronaldo staying here? This is arguably the most influential man in football.
This is why we need to hear what he's going to say now. If he doesn't back it up by the training ground comments and all that, for me, I'm not really bothered because I know it already. The CEO of Man United came out and said what we needed to hear. And I want to hear it from him more than Ronaldo, if I'm being really honest with you. I'd rather hear it from my CEO because then the fans pressed him and they said, right, what are you doing about the training ground? Listen, we know what's going on with the training ground. We spent a lot of money on it and it doesn't look there's been a difference. That's where, for me, I want to hear it from. Ronaldo, coming from Ronaldo, don't get me wrong, it has to be said, and I'm glad he said it. But at the same time, I don't know. I just question his motivation. Why are you saying it now? Is it because you're desperate and you're not getting your own way? That's where I came from. I never criticized what Ronaldo said about the Glazers. Never. I just question his motivation behind it.
I think right now makes sense because flipping hell, he's talking to Souness now, man.
Of course, bro.
No, I thought we were going to get new quotes. We are getting new quotes.
Henry Winter. He's not doing this interview, man. He's just
no. But there's a small clip that's definitely going to come out today, innit? Piers Morgan's uncensored account already said that kind of thing, innit? And let's talk about the game quickly yesterday, innit? Before, listen, we're going to talk about Ronaldo. Something must be released, innit?
Garnacho, man, are you on the hype train? Are you on it?
And now, as I said, I think he done very, very well yesterday. Like that run, brilliant kind of thing, innit? Absolutely brilliant. I think overall, I don't know, innit?
Yesterday was about the performance, Statman. That's the problem, man. It wasn't about the performance.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm happy with the 3 points, innit? But I'm just saying, like, we have to look at the performance as well. I'll be honest, I actually thought we played well for the first half.
First half, yeah.
Like, Martial should have scored 1 or 2. Bruno. Eriksen should have scored another 1. Rashford should have scored. On another day, you could be 3-0 up at half time.
3-0 up. I know. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why I tweeted it at half time. I think Man United might live to regret their missed chance at the end. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm expecting a lot from Martial there, you know. Like, people might say I'm being too harsh, but Martial should finish that, you know, because he's unchallenged. And I think for me, you know, that kind of header there, that should be your bread and butter. But maybe I'm too harsh. The Eriksen one, I thought
just quickly on the Martial thing. I think Martial had 3 chances in it.
Yeah.
I think he should have scored at least 1 of them. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. 1 chance out of 3.
Yeah.
Like, you don't expect the striker to score 3, but 1 at least he should have scored.
1. That's what my own opinion is. I think he should have scored the header. The Eriksen one, apparently it was going away from him, and it was a bit too much on the ball, and it's almost dragged the shot basically. So okay, fair enough. But I think for me, first half, yes, they had a little bit more possession, and we were kind of playing on the counter. But I like the way we were kind of pressing. I like the way we were kind of being decisive. Shaw was very good in that first half, I thought, for me, in terms of getting down that byline and overlapping. But then, I think for me, Ten Hag, I think he made a mistake in putting Bruno on the right, man. I'm sorry, man. For me, he should have put... Why can't McTominay play on the right side? Because it's about energy, isn't it? Is it not about energy and pressing?
But we also know about Bruno's like crosses from the inside right channel kind of thing, innit? You see, for me, I said this, I don't mind Bruno on the right, but the problem is when you have Bruno on the right, you lose so much centrally because
that's what I'm saying.
You have Scott McTominay there. Like, for me, I'll be honest, I didn't think there was a need to make a sub in the front 4. I think you should have kept on Elanga because if you're going to take
Elanga was poor, man. Elanga
but the thing is, fine if you take off Elanga, who are you bringing on then? Unless it's Garnacho. But then who plays on the right?
For me, you put Elanga off. What about Eriksen on the right hand side?
But he likes Eriksen deeper. We can all see.
No, but
even when Scott McTominay came on, Scott McTominay was the one further ahead in it, and Eriksen was deeper.
Yeah, this is the thing as well. Exactly. This. I just thought the Scott substitution never made sense because if he was asking Bruno Fernandes to help out Malacia, who was struggling in the first half, then what do? You go and get McTominay on that right hand side. But to be fair though, McTominay came on against West Ham game and he played on the right hand side. It was shocking. He was very bad. So that's why for me, it's a case of he just wanted a bit of, you know, but you lose a lot of it. And I think for me, we threw away the game when Fernandes went on the right hand side. Just didn't look balanced at all. And he just wasn't confident enough to get the ball receiving. He's making daft decisions. And again, Bruno's like Marmite. He'll give you I thought for me he was excellent until he went on the right hand side. That's my own opinion.
He created 3 big chances, kind of thing, isn't it?
There you go. And I think for me, that ball that went into Martial, that comes from Bruno in playing in that position. So I think for me, Bruno's playing better. And then after that, you put him on the right side. But you then have to say he's vindicated because Garnacho comes on as a second sub and then wins us a game. Because there was a reason why he had to put him on the left. He wanted him on the left. And that, for me, that run that he did there, is aggression. It's tenacious. Bro, he wanted it more, man. And not a lot of players do that, you know. But this guy does it. He does it, man.
I think that's the joy of having like academy players coming through. It's kind of like you can see they play with no fear sometimes, isn't it? They just want the ball. They just want any little touch they can get. And Garnacho kind of proved it with a goal. Yeah. How do you think? Did you agree like Martial coming off at that point?
I'm not allowed to. I did agree because he's still not much fit, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, how much minutes did he play? 70 minutes was it, or 60 minutes? So for me, I understood it. I really, really did. At the end of the day, you've got to realize Martial is coming back from injury. You don't. If he'd have played 90 minutes and picked up an injury in the 93rd minute, everyone's then dissing Ten Hag.
Yeah, but I think for me, I'll be honest, I didn't really care because I know we got a World Cup coming up.
Nah, man,
this
I
is
don't
probably
want that. Because that injury is not only 6-week injury; it's 2 months.
Yeah, I know, but I'll be honest. Like, this is probably like the perfect time for a player not going to the World Cup.
No, there's no perfect time for Martial.
But if you had to pick one, would you rather have Martial injured like a couple weeks ago or now?
Oh, we take him off and he doesn't get injured.
Yeah, I know, but Ten Hag also had to think: was Martial going to help you win the game? That's where I was caught in 2 minds. Like, I know about Martial's injury problem, but I'm like, in my opinion, we still had a better chance of winning the game.
We might not see Martial play 90 minutes for a while, you know. I don't know. Like I said, we don't know about his durability anymore. He did fade away in that second half. He had I think
everyone did, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, as in, like, you know, we kind of lost that bit of vocal point up front. You know what I mean? So I just think for me, Martial, it's going to take a while for him to be durable for 90 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, his explosiveness, it's all together with Martial. It all comes as one package. But I think for me, it was the right opportunity to bring him on. It was just a wrong sub. But then again, we have no options, bro.
Oh, the bench was looking bad yesterday. You know?
Donny, Harry Maguire,
Fred, Zidane, Iqbal, McTominay, Maguire, Dubravka, Nathan Bishop.
Bro, that's bad. Bro, that's bad.
And that's where sometimes I feel like I'm too harsh on Ten Hag, innit?
But exactly. This is why I feel like for me, what was that game where everyone was going mad at Ten Hag? There was a game where
Newcastle.
It might have been Newcastle, but it's also a game. I think it was Aston Villa. I was going mad at the fact that we don't have any quality because McTominay and Fred were unused substitutions. Like 2 midfielders. How are they unused substitutions? Like, why do we have 2 midfielders on the bench? Like, are not worth bringing on. Like, I'd rather you go and get McNeil and bring him on. You know what I mean? Because then it gives us something. Or bring on Zidane Iqbal, but he is very, very. I don't know why he doesn't want to use Zidane Iqbal for some reason in this team. You know what I mean? I don't know why it is. I still don't know why. But at the same time, you know, he has a specific 11. Ten Hag, nobody has given him a reason, especially from the bench, it seems, why they should be brought on. You know what I mean? Maybe people say he's very stubborn in his approach, but nobody's given him a reason apart from Garnacho. Maybe Zidane Iqbal isn't doing what he wants him to do.
But I think, listen, he's still very, very young, isn't it? Which is why I'm like, I'm calm with the situation. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm surprised he hasn't played more.
I think it is. I think I'm surprised as well. I think, you know, I'm trying to understand why Zidane Iqbal hasn't played a lot. And people can say, yes, he's still young, but if Garnacho can do it and he showed a bit of application, then why not?
And I think for me, it's kind of like we've seen Zidane Iqbal in pre-season. There was glimpses where you were like, yo, you know what? He's a good player kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
but overall, listen, man, I still trust Ten Hag. Like, this is one thing I've always said. No matter what with the youth, I trust Ten Hag's judgment kind of thing, innit? Because he has a track record of bringing up youth, which is why I'm patient.
Yeah. 100%.
How do you think Malacia did at right back?
Malacia, I thought, for me, he didn't help him. What's his name? The Elanga didn't help him. Elanga, for me, I think United fans have just got to give up with Elanga. He needs a loan. I think for me, he's not good enough. I don't know what he's good at. I think in terms of running in behind, yes, I think he's got some attributes in there. I think he's got some qualities. But for me, as a player, no star qualities. I think for me, Pellistri is better than Elanga. We just haven't seen the opportunities for Pellistri.
The funny thing is, I think he's leaving the club in January.
I think Ten Hag would. Sorry, to Pellistri, yeah, Pellistri definitely.
Pellistri got. Like, I think even his agent came out the other day and said, like, yo, like, there's no point. He's been on 2 loans. His 2 loans, he's played, I think, 11 starts in 2 years in the league.
Yeah.
But listen, I don't mind the Elanga. I've always said this, like.
No, but the thing is, what do you mean you don't mind that? I want to understand what you mean by that. What do you mean?
Like, I think there's certain games where you have an Elanga kind of thing, innit?
What game?
There's not many of them.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you, man. You're just trying to say this game. What do you mean?
No, but like there's certain games, for example, you have a Dan James in it. Like, it's similar with Elanga. Like, there's certain games where you know defensively.
I think Dan James. That's disrespectful to Dan James.
All right, let's not gas up Dan James.
Dan James' impact yesterday. Would Elanga do the same?
Yeah, but we saw Elanga's impact against Chelsea.
Chelsea? What game is that?
For the Casemiro header. Elanga was the one that drove with the ball to get us high up and win the foul.
Yeah, listen, he might have done that, but I'm sorry, man. I'm talking about like a real impact. I'm talking about like the momentum, swift.
But I don't think Dan James is that sort of guy either. Hey? That's gonna shift momentum insanely well for.
I'm not trying to shit on Elanga here. I'm not because he's still a young kid. He needs a loan. That's all I'm saying. He needs a loan. He doesn't need to find game time at Man United. He needs a loan. He needs to understand his game better. I want to see him in an environment where he's uncomfortable. And you know what? Can he come out of it? That's my own opinion.
And someone said
no team has 22 world-class players. I haven't said that, but you still need better quality than Elanga.
You're saying like someone like Ahmad?
Ahmad, listen, I don't know, but I just think for me that we have a lot of players who have no purpose in this squad. They don't.
But I don't think Elanga is one of them right now. Like you see with Elanga, no matter what people say, he can play on either flank. Whether he's the quality we need to play on either flank is a different story, kind of thing, isn't it?
So what does that mean? Is that just a case of
realistically, a player of Elanga's quality should be like third choice or winger.
Yeah,
can play on the left, can play on the right. He's happy to be a squad player. He's through the academy, so United haven't really paid a fee for him. He's just there, kind of thing, isn't it?
He's just
At
there.
Certain games where we need him, you play him like a League Cup game, an odd Premier League game here and there.
Yeah.
The problem was yesterday, Antony weren't available. I'll be honest on the Antony thing. I know someone asked about it in the chat that he's training for Brazil. I said this as a Manchester United fan, it's frustrating, but at the same time, you need to know these people are footballers, kind of thing, innit? And they have dreams. Antony is a Brazilian, and he's in the Brazil squad for the World Cup. As much as it annoys me that you're not fit for United or you don't want to play for United, but all of a sudden, bang, you're available for Brazil. I understand it. I don't blame him, kind of thing, innit?
Yeah.
We all do this, like this.
Nobody went in on him, by the way. Nobody went in on him on the Straight Jacket podcast.
What do you think on him?
I think for me, the manager might be protecting him. I think the manager might have given him the go-ahead and said, you know what? You know what I mean? You go ahead and just make sure you don't put any pressure on yourself before the World Cup. Maybe it was an injury that could have been aggravated, and the manager has excused him. But that's different to what maybe Ronaldo has done and has said. Have you seen them, by the way? Have you seen the sources, by the way, that have come out from the Telegraph?
I'll be honest, I think that was.
Come on, man. No, this guy's reliable, man. He's reliable. And also Sky Cavill said it as well.
No, that's what I mean. I'm talking about the Cavill guy. You know why? Because United were asked to comment on the Ronaldo situation straight as soon as the interview dropped, innit? They didn't. They waited an hour and then United fed that out.
No, but this is credible sources, though. You know what I mean? They don't mess around. They don't put that out.
United definitely fed that thing out to Sky Cavill to make them...
to manipulate the story?
But as I said, I don't care. No matter what happens here, Ronaldo was never going to play this last game anyway. Same way I said it on your show. Antony's never going to play that last game.
Yeah.
And I said I don't blame these players for not playing the last game.
I'm going to give Antony a bypass because of the fact that he don't want to aggravate his injury.
I don't even know if Antony has an injury like that yet, but you got 7 days before a World Cup. Why are you going to play for your country? Your club. In the nicest possible way.
In the nicest possible way, yeah.
We love United here, but all of these players are country over club for the minute.
Yeah.
If there was a week or two break before the World Cup, then I think it's a different story, innit? But because you're straight into it with the World Cup, I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
Yeah, I think for me,
Antony was wrong. I'm not saying he wasn't wrong, but I'm just saying I understand it.
Yeah. Two things can be right. I think he's wrong because we're missing out on him. But I think ultimately he's right because it's some things are more closer to home. He doesn't love Man United yet. He doesn't have an affiliation to Man United yet. That will grow over time. The next time he plays a World Cup, I don't think he'll make the same mistake. He'll play for Man United rather than Brazil.
Yeah, but even then, the World Cup will be different kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, because it'll be in the world.
Piers Morgan's an idiot. The second part of the Ronaldo interview, Piers Morgan was 8 in 2 hours. What an idiot.
What?
First he said 8, now he's saying 10.
10?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like 10 p.m. kind of thing, isn't it? UK time. So
Oh,
you'll
it
be on
was
Big Six
there.
then? Yeah.
I'll be on Big Six, but I'm doing a calling show.
What time?
11 o'clock actually.
Mm.
Yeah, man, man's working, you know. So yeah, if you want to get into the calling show,
Yeah, it'll be the next teaser. It'll be like a 1 or 2 minute clip. That's what I think it'll be.
yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I think for me, like
Yeah,
I
this
said,
is another one by the way. Varane. I think Varane was in training the other day for United, but he don't want to risk it before World Cup.
bro, again, that's similar to maybe Antony.
Yeah, but Varane actually has an injury in it, which is why I'm like, I'll kind of allow him.
Yeah, he had an injury. Yeah, I think for me, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think for me, Garnacho, man, that goal, man, that was a proper goal, man. And I think for me, like I said, yeah, I just feel like for me, it was a big win, man. And all this Ronaldo was just kind of like, do you even remember that game yesterday? Like, why nobody talking about it? We're not even talking about the game. Like, it's mad,
yeah, I know, but like, I'll be honest, in the nicest possible way, it's Fulham.
Nah, but Fulham, man, good team, you know. I think.
Yeah, but Fulham without Mitrovic, come on, man. Any half decent side, any Big Six side should be beating Fulham.
Kind of low key helped us in the game, you know.
He did.
David De Gea, man.
That's because like Malacia was getting torn a new one on the right hand side, which I don't blame him by the way, because it's an unnatural position, but he was bad.
Even the goal, man. Where's Shaw for that far post?
That goal was just a calamity of errors. Bruno should have done better. Malacia, I don't know what he was thinking.
Ericsson's pass was a bit of a dodgy one as well. I can't lie to you.
How do you think Ericsson played yesterday?
I don't know. I think for me, he played in patches, man. He didn't really establish himself in the game. I thought he played in moments. I thought he played in patches. But again, he has to end quality. Like the game against, what was the game where we won 1-0? West Ham. Yeah, one moment of quality, and he does it. Like, he could come in for cameos and do well. I'm not going to lie to you. I've always said it from the start of the season, yeah. My expectation of Eriksen isn't to perform every game and be 100%. He is meant to be the icing on the cake. He's meant to be the cherry on top. Like, I'm not looking for unbelievable things for Eriksen. I just know that he has the end quality to be probably the best in our team in terms of creativity. Like, we rely on Eriksen too much, and it shouldn't be the case. That's why for me we need an Eriksen upgrade in the summer, or at least a player who can play this position.
Tielemans.
You've got Tielemans. You've got who else have you got that can play in his role?
Benacer.
What am I gonna say now? Yeah, there's loads. What's people saying? The video's up on Piers Morgan and censored. It's a new one, got released 4 minutes ago. What? Is it out then?
No, I think this is a new. Wait.
What's up?
Right, he's talking about his daughter.
No, that's Boris Becker, man. Where's this? On Twitter?
Piers Morgan Uncensored. If someone has like the full like quotation thing, someone say it. Like, send it in the chat. And there was another thing. This Statman just taking Bayern January as a bridge broken. I'll be honest. I don't want ex-players coming back to United now. Like, for me,
he said here?
I'd be scared.
He said that they didn't believe that something was going wrong. Cristiano Ronaldo told Piers Morgan that he felt doubted by Man United bosses when he told them his newborn baby was sick.
That's wrong from the club. I said it at the time.
Yeah. See, the thing is, yeah, again, is that always going to be subjective?
How?
Because of obviously, you know what I mean? Like I said, we're taking it for face value. Like, we're never going to know because of the football club will never tell us.
Yeah, I know, but Ronaldo's told you.
No, but I'm just saying, like I said, this is Ronaldo's side. So, yeah, like I said, it's going to be back and forth now all the time.
Yeah, no, but the club.
If it's true though, it's very, very bad. Like, that is, you know what I mean?
I said it at the time. Listen, like, I don't know why people were doubting the family issue thing with Ronaldo at the time.
Yeah. Well,
remember, I was heavy on it.
In the summer, we never went personal with Ronaldo over that.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, by the way. I'm just saying when people are dying, I'm like, he's had family issues. Like, whether you believe it or not, it's family issues. Like, you have to take it for face value, kind of. Like, some things are just bigger than football, and this is that.
Like I said, you know what I mean? For me, like I said, this story and what's been said right now, okay, it's one-sided, but like I said, with United, I don't know, man. It's one of them, like, with the interview, especially with the Glazers and whatnot, what he's trying to say, you know, it is a lot of stuff what he's trying to say. So,
and this is another thing I wanted to talk about, by the way. I thought Casemiro on like winning the ball back was very good.
Yeah, but off the ball,
on the ball, he weren't great yesterday.
No, I think again tiredness came into it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Fulham were fitter, man. Fulham, I don't think they played midweek, did they? Did they play in the Carabao Cup midweek?
That's what everyone did.
Did Fulham though? I don't know if they went out beforehand. Are they out, or I think they might be out, you know.
Did they get knocked out by? Nah, they didn't play. They played City. It was the last Premier League game.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. Say that.
They got knocked out Crawley Town.
Hey?
They got knocked out Crawley Town.
Yeah. They got knocked out, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. In the second, in round 2. So this was round 3 and they got knocked out in round 2.
Okay. See, that's what I'm trying to say. So for me, they just look fitter. So I think most of it was down to tiredness. Paulinho as a player, you know. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Would you think about getting him next summer? Paulinho?
So I don't know, innit? I think he's an excellent ball winner, but I still want to see more of him on the ball.
I think he's decent on the ball, man. You know what I mean? And I think he could play that role, you know what I mean, a double pivot if you want, you know what I mean? And then Bruno further forward. You know what I mean?
Like all they say, like you see these players, like Paulinho was linked with a lot of big clubs, in it. And no one really went after him like that, which is why I've always got my doubts on those sort of players. But listen, if Paulinho does well at Fulham, prove himself, you can take that step up.
I think for me, you know what? I think he's loving the role. I just think ultimately United have got to look at Enzo Fernandez, you know what I mean, in the summer. These sort of players, we need aggressive ball winners. We also need ball carriers as well. We're lacking a ball carrier, man. You know how much that helps you in a game, you know what I mean? Like, it's so big, man. It's so big.
Someone said I thought Pereira looked decent too. I think he
Pereira,
did,
bro. Pereira.
Like I've always said this here. I think Pereira is actually a good player in terms of technical abilities, isn't it? He's just a brain dead footballer. But I thought his decision making the other day was all right.
Yeah.
Like some of the balls that he put in, of course, if it was like a Mitrovic, massive help kind of thing, innit? But he put in a couple of dangerous balls. So fair play to him kind of thing, innit?
100%. I think for me, ultimately, Pereira, he's always had the quality though. He's always been very, very good quality in terms of technically wise. You know, nobody's going to kind of disagree with that one. But ultimately, you know, he's just never been consistent enough. And that's the problem with Pereira. Not being consistent enough. But I think for me, in a small fish, he could be a big pond. United, though, he couldn't be the big pond. He was a small fish.
I feel like he seems like I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but he seems like a big personality kind of thing, innit? Like, he seems like he believes in himself and has that bit of arrogance in a good way.
Yeah. That's what I've always liked about him, though. That's why, for me, if you're telling me now, yeah, with certain players, I like that about them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think
Garnacho has it.
Hey,
Garnacho has an arrogance in a good way.
Arrogance about him. I think a lot of players in our team, the way maybe they're not in the team because they're passive. Do you not think so, though? Maybe they're at Man United and they're not playing because they're very, very passive and they don't have that character about them. Do you get it, though?
Like, don't get me wrong, like, you can't have 11 of those players starting, innit? But a couple of them in your side is not too bad.
Yeah. But I think for me, did you see the celebration, by the way, for Garnacho? Like, we've got, like, when we score a goal, like, it means a lot to our players, man. That's been a while, you know, man.
But I think, listen, 93rd minute, was it?
No, but I just feel like in general, man, like, we were starting to have that feeling that, remember last year when we were scoring goals?
No, you know what it is? It's the South Americans.
Bro, I tell you, man.
Honestly, you see Martinez and them, man, different when it comes to celebrations.
When we drew the game.
Yeah, but what the culture camps used to say, like, they're fighting for the family and that kind of thing, isn't it?
Bro, they are, man. They're fighting for the family, man. And I love it, man. I love the fact that these guys, Martinez, they won it, man. They won it. Even Bruno's always had that, but now he's got a lot of people around him that like that. You get me?
And someone said Keane's been saying it, kind of like you need characters in the dressing. 100%. Like, you can't have 11 dry people starting 11 in the starting 11.
bro.
Like, there's certain plays where you need to look at and think, yeah, they're going to win me the game. I'll be honest. Garnacho feels like that guy kind of thing right now.
You know what it is? He's 18, but the way he's playing, like, it means a lot to him. He kind of like, he's believing, bro. And you know that right back got shook, you know? He got shook. He didn't know how to handle it, Bobby Reed. Like, he was like, what? Like, this guy's trying to go past me. This guy's trying to, you know? Like, you know what I mean? He couldn't handle it, bro.
You saw it with Ashley Young the other day. Ashley Young went straight off as soon as Garnacho came on.
Straight off, man. He weren't feeling it. And I think that fearlessness, it puts, like, you know, it puts intimidation to players. And they're like, wow, damn, man, this guy's on it, man. You know what I mean?
You guys like the video as well. Someone said Garnacho's already clear of Rashford. I don't know about that.
Oh, come on, man. Relax, people, man. Yeah. Relax. Like, give him time, man. I think for me, the ultimate thing for me is just give the player time, let him develop, don't put pressure on him. Obviously, I've kind of said some things on Twitter and that, and
what did you say?
I just said like Alejandro Garnacho. Like, people always assume that I'm just like trying to hype him up. I'm just saying his name, innit? Just trying to, you know what I mean?
Why are you saying his name though, innit?
I'm just saying, innit? Like, remember the name, innit? Alejandro Garnacho.
Interesting. Bro, we saying you're gonna call that Martinelli now, yeah?
Hey, bro, listen, we have to talk, man, soon, man. In a year or two, Martinelli, man, I'm telling you, we'll have to talk, mate. But he does remind you a little bit of that kind of like, you know, that flair, that South American flair. But, bro, he gets everyone on the edge of their seat, you know. Old Trafford, as soon as he gets the ball, everyone's go up, man. Because they're like, shit, he's running at people. Did you see that solo run that he did? That deserved the goal, man, against Aston Villa.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like, there's certain plays that will just excite you. Like, I think this is why I compared him to Sancho earlier. Like, I don't think he's a better player than Sancho, but as a football fan, a player like Garnacho will always excite you more.
Will always excite you more, and always will give you more. And I think that's the ultimate kind of thing that I think, you know, he has to get. You know, I don't know if, for me, like I said, I think for me, you have to give Sancho to the end of the season to perform. Like, then next season, bro, I think it's a case of, you know what, he's indefensible. Like, nobody can defend Sancho this season. No, I just feel like he's got a shock now. He had Rashford come back all of a sudden, and I thought he looked like he nailed his place on. Remember, everyone was like saying Rashford done, and I said Rashford's done. And the next year, Sancho thought, right, pre-season mode, I'm doing well. Then he didn't realize Garnacho was around the corner, because remember, Garnacho didn't have a pre-season, did he? Because he was late to training.
He was in the pre-season camp, innit? But he didn't play other than the Vallecano game.
And Bruno Fernandes talked about it in his press conference, not press conference, but post-match reaction.
So did Ten Hag a couple weeks ago.
There you go.
So his attitude went right.
But I think for me, this will make or break him. And you know what I mean? This is how football is. You either step up or you know what I mean? You stand up for yourself, or you do what people might do, and they might fold. You know what I mean? Don't fold under pressure. You see
Garnacho, man. You don't need X, Y, and Z to unlock him, kind of thing, innit?
You know what it is? Because he's young,
those type of plays, man. I love them.
But I think because he's young, there's no expectation. Because with Sancho, there's expectation in it, and then that's where you can kind of say what you've seen him on the past. You could judge him on. There's not much to judge off Garnacho. He's just raw. You know, when you're raw, you know what I mean. There's no excuses for you really, and they don't fail you. They don't really fail you, do they? Because they do something because you're not expecting of them.
What are you saying on Arsenal though?
Arsenal. I can't lie to you. I've had a different perspective about Arsenal.
Are you scared now that they could win the league?
No, I'm not. I'm not bothered now. I'll be honest.
Why?
With you. I'm more bothered if Man City win 3 in a row.
I don't know.
I think for me, I'm only saying that because of the fact that I probably maybe live in Manchester and whatnot. And I think for me, I don't know. I think with Arsenal winning, it's because you know it's because of the manner that they're playing them. I can't really hate on it. Like, they're playing good football, they're winning games. Listen, obviously I want them to crumble, and obviously I don't think they'll win the league in the end because it's about experience and running. But I can't lie to you, they're doing their thing. You can't really hate on Arsenal. You can't.
I'll be honest, I am kind of scared that they could win the league. Now, I'm not saying they are, but I was deep in it. They're 5 points above City right now. You're looking at the players that Arsenal got going to the World Cup, how far they're realistically going to get compared to Man City. I don't know, you know. Like, say if Arsenal what do you call it? Go out, buy a couple players in January, 1 or 2. That's all they need.
That's what they need, though. They need to buy 1 or 2.
If they can get a midfielder and a winger in, then I'm like, raw. Like, there's a conversation to be had, and I don't even think the midfielders have to be excellent. They just have to be better than Elanga. Like, they were linked to, for example, Douglas Luiz last summer. Like, even like a player of that ilk and that quality.
He could have been quality for them, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Douglas Luiz under Unai Emery is big quality. You know,
but like a player of that quality, you know, is not going to cost too much. Would have been a brilliant addition, kind of thing, and it improves Arsenal.
You know, I always say when like I said, with Arsenal winning the league, it's not under the realms of possibility. Like, it can happen, but at the same time, do not underestimate the power of Man City and how they do it season after season. They churn it in, man. They churn it in. And like I said, when there's adversity, how will Arsenal cope? Right now, everything's been flowing for them. They've not had any adversity. They've not had any sticky situations. And to be fair, they've answered every single, question that's come their way. But when they don't, and they have to deal with it, 1 game on the bounce, then they lose 2 games on the bounce. And then that's where I think you'll find the best out of them. You
know what's going to be interesting when they play Man City? Like, how they cope, say, let's be honest, City will be favourites going into that game.
Yeah.
Say they do lose, how Arsenal cope with that?
Yeah.
Because then that's when City would have gained points in them.
They might lose, but I think they've got a big chance. But at home, man, they look decent, man. At home, you know. And City last year, they just about won. And this is against, you know what I mean? Like, they just about literally won in the last bit. So they've got a chance at home. They're at home. They've got a chance.
No, I'm not saying I'm not going to say they're not going to win them, but I'm just saying, let's be honest, City will more likely be most people's favourites, or bookings, what do you call it, betting odds favourites kind of thing, isn't it? But say anyhow Arsenal do lose that, then that would be 2 points straight away from 1 game week. In 1 game week now, the tire can change in terms of City could be top after that. Yeah. That's when Arsenal young players do they feel the pressure.
And they got United in January.
Yeah, this is a good point. City chasing is probably the worst team.
I know, that's what I said.
Because these City, I'll probably still put Liverpool in that conversation, are the only team where you can be like, yeah, they can put a 10 to 15 game winning streak. And that's not even Liverpool this year. That's like in the previous years kind of thing, isn't it?
I think with Arsenal, though, I think it's ultimately down to what they spend as well in January. If they don't add to their team, because City are a far superior team for me at the minute, if they don't add to their team, then that's where I think they'll make a mistake. You know?
We're seeing on Chelsea.
Chelsea are in the mud, bro. Chelsea are in the mud.
3 defeats in a row.
Bro, 3 defeats in a row, no winning 5. Bro, I can't lie to you, man. I want it to work for Potter, but I think Chelsea fans, I don't know I think they'll crack, man. I was speaking to a Chelsea fan yesterday, you know. Big up to him, yeah. But he was like, oh, I'm not sure, man, Potter, man. I'm not feeling him, man. I said, bro, you have to give him time. But he goes, you know what we're like as Chelsea fans. And he's right, you know. You know what we're like as Chelsea fans.
Do you think he will get the time?
Sorry?
Do you think he will get the time?
I'm not going to lie to you. I've got this fear that he won't get the time because Todd Boehly wants top 4 this season. He wants Champions League football. And you, as an owner, yes, you should be given time. But if your ambitions are to get top 4, if your ambitions are to be a serious team next season, then he's the owner, innit?
Yeah, but then...
I don't think there's loyalty in football anymore, though. Do you think there's loyalty in football?
Yeah, I'm not saying like Chelsea fan. I forget Chelsea fans. I mean from like Todd Boehly. You gave this guy a 5-year contract. Remember when Matt Law came out with the article why they appointed Potter? They said they wanted to build into a long-term culture.
Yo, that's all part of the PR, man. It's all part of the PR.
No, but you can't say that now and then sack Potter. That looks bad on Boehly. And let's be honest, just quickly, Boehly's under pressure.
He's not under pressure. How?
No. Boehly has to be under pressure.
How?
You have to be the job. No,
he's going to be the owner regardless. You think Paul is going to be under pressure because a certain part of the fan base don't like it? They're not going to say Boehly out. Who's going to?
I'm not saying they're going to say Boehly out, but Boehly as an owner has to be under pressure in terms of you're the one making these decisions right now. If you get this wrong now, after, let's be honest, a lot of Chelsea fans weren't happy with Tuchel getting sacked.
They're also used to this, though. They're also used to this. Not as if it's a different feeling. Chelsea fans are used to this feeling. So they're going to be like, all right, then cool. Who are you going to get for us next? Oh, Zidane. If they get Zidane as the next manager. Okay. Just imagine. I'm giving you hypothetical, yeah? Zidane's the next manager. Do you think any Chelsea fan cares if Potter's gone?
Yeah, I'm not saying they won't, kind of thing, but that would be the third manager then.
What third manager? I get what you mean. Yeah, but the thing for me though is, I don't think Todd Boehly cares what anybody thinks. He's the owner. He lives and dies by decision. This guy's ruthless. He's going to do what he wants to do. Sorry?
That's going to be his downfall.
I don't think it's his downfall, I'll be honest with you. I do think there's a part of Potter that I do think is he ready for the role as well. I'm not going to lie to you. Even though I think...
I hear that, yeah, but you are Brighton. Brighton were competing for Europe towards when he left. The step up was going to be a big 6-side.
Yeah, but he is, the situation is what the situation is, but you have to then, believe you're a Chelsea manager as well. You have to be a bit of chess. I just look at him and I think, is he going to fold under pressure? Is he going to be like,
Let me ask you
I do think it's going to be harsh, but at the same time, when they say it is what it is, like if Todd Boehly got sacked, it is what it is. It just shows you the ruthlessness and it's a results-based business.
Let me ask you this. From that Chelsea squad, do you think you can make a balanced 11?
Better than what he's doing right now.
Yeah, but do you think it could be 11 balanced players or a balanced team?
It can be, yeah, if you do it properly. Okay. I put at the back. Obviously, I would put Mendy. Right back, Reece James. Centre back, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly. Left back, Chilwell. Centre midfield, I would put Jorginho, Kovacic. In the 10 role, Mount, I would put Pulisic on the left. I would put Sterling on the right, and either Aubameyang or Havertz up front.
Thiago Silva in the back too.
Sorry?
Thiago Silva in the back too at 38.
Okay, Thiago Silva, Fofana. Okay, let's say Fofana.
Fresh like
Fofana and Koulibaly.
Okay. Not too bad. But then the problem is for Potter, a lot of them are injured.
Are you saying current squad or just anything?
See, this is the problem. Like, I feel like Chelsea have a lot of injury-prone players, kind of thing, innit?
Okay, current squad then.
Go with the current team. Players available.
Okay. What should we play? 3 at the back then?
It's up to you.
I still think for me 4-3-3. Even if played Chalobah and Koulibaly at centre back. They say give Thiago Silva a rest. At right back, Azpilicueta. Left back, Cucurella. Jorginho, Kovacic, Mount in midfield. Pulisic on the left. Sterling on the right. Aubameyang, Havertz in the middle. So it's still balanced. 4-3-3.
Havertz.
But Aubameyang or Havertz up front. Whoever. So there's nothing about personnel, and the personnel's a different conversation now.
But even that team, that you said, is that even good enough for top 4?
It's not, but listen, you're just telling me what's a balanced team that I can put out there. I'm just giving you a balance.
I'm just asking you. I like Chelsea's team. I said this. I like a lot of their players. I'm not even gonna lie, but in terms of like balance to make a complete starting 11, I struggle, and I think that's what Graham Potter's struggling with, and that's understandable because he's still new coming into a new club, innit? But boy, that team is bad.
It is bad, but the thing is, they're for me, if United ever lose top 4 ground to these lot, I'm gonna be fuming, man. But then again, not a lot separates us. I think the manager right now is separating the two teams. Like the manager, Ten Hag, is doing better with the squad that he's got than Potter. If I'm being real, yes, he's had a bit more time, but he's doing better in terms of there's games where we've won 1-0 and we've seen the game out, or like we've had a better defensive approach. Like, come on, man, their defensive approach at the minute is just a bit.
I think you could argue they had the better defenders, but we had the better defensive unit.
Yeah, but then that comes still to defensive structure.
Yeah, and that's on the manager kind of thing, isn't it?
That's on the manager. Yeah. So again, like I said, that's not down to us. You know what I mean? And when we're looking at the game, it's down to them. But for us, we're doing what we can do right now, and we're winning games, and we're doing our thing. I think this top 4 race, it was so bad. It was so crucial that we won yesterday because we're now put a 4-point gap between us and Liverpool.
You scared of Liverpool?
Nah, I don't think they'll make top 4, man.
Why?
Because I feel like for me, there'll always be still problems around. I don't think the problems have left Liverpool.
But Liverpool, after the World Cup, they're going to have Luis Diaz back. They're going to have Jota back. 2 extra players with quality.
Yeah.
As well. Thiago's not going on to the World Cup. Salah's not going.
You not think though with Liverpool could be the closest threat, but yeah, man, big up, man. Liverpool could be the closest threat, but I just think we've got it in us, man, to do what we need to do. I genuinely do.
I think Liverpool finished top 4.
So you're saying United don't make top 4?
I'm hoping Newcastle fall out, but they're not right now, innit?
No, but they're still Arsenal. So United still will fall out.
No, Tottenham as well.
Tottenham's in there, so you're thinking Tottenham will finish top 4?
I'll be honest, man. It's so hard to call right now.
Bro, come on, man. We've got to back our team. We're going to do this, man. Liverpool,
No,
man.
I think we win the Europa League, innit? I think no matter what, we win the Europa League. So I don't really care about the
I don't
Premier
think
League.
we're winning the Europa League.
Why not? We beat Barca.
We beat Barca, but I don't think we're winning the Europa League.
Luck of the draw. I fancy us.
And we could win it. Is different. We can win it, but I don't think we will win it. I think we've got a better chance of winning, getting top 4 in the Premier League than the Europa League.
I don't know. I still fancy us more in the
Europa
Europa
League. Don't get me wrong.
I have more faith in the Europa League.
But you know, Europa League is over 2 games. It's
yeah, I know, but I'll be honest. Like Europa League, we can defend as a team. On the transition, Rashford, Martial, Antony. This is true as well. Kunde, Rojo will be back. We got Martinez out for the first leg.
By the way, I couldn't get a ticket, man. You know, they scammed. United scammed them.
Well, Old Trafford?
No, in terms of like ticket-wise. Obviously, I opted out anyway, so it's my fault. But, bro, there was no tickets, man. There was 100,000 people waiting for the first batch of tickets. And then the second one, bro, they never released the tickets. And me and Kaz were here, and we were checking the tickets, and there was no tickets, bro.
Sad times, man. Sad times.
Yeah.
You probably find like some dodgy guy to buy off, though, innit?
Yeah, if I do get it, I do get it. If not, we'll just do a watch along, innit? You know what I mean? It's one of them, man. I'll try, man. I'm going to try, bro. I want to go to that game, man. You get me?
Someone said Lewandowski versus Maguire and Lindelof. I think it'll be Lindelof and Varane for the first leg. Varane will be fit by then.
Unless, obviously, Varane is fit.
Make sure you guys like the video as well.
You don't think we need to buy a centre-back?
Listen, we need to buy a lot of positions, but the problem is...
Bains will go. I think Maguire will go in the summer. We need to buy at least 2 centre-backs. Maybe introduce one from the youth academy then.
One. Centre-back.
One? Okay, then
look, we need a centre-back. You said we need a right-back. We need a striker.
Yeah.
I could argue you need 2 strikers, but let's just say 1 striker, and we need a midfielder.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
Yeah. Easy.
But I do think Maguire leaves at the end of the season.
Okay.
Like, I'm very, very confident that happens.
Okay.
But I don't know who will buy him, but I think United are going to cut their losses.
I think for me, it just depends on what, you know what I mean. We have to get games. Hopefully, it has a good World Cup.
I think he will.
Not sure, man. Not sure. I think a lot of people might be sleeping on England. But
they deserve to be slept on.
You know, no. In terms of writing England off might be the best thing that could happen, because then they might surprise everyone in a weird way for some reason. They might surprise everyone, but it's a big if.
But I know, but the pressure's always going to be on England, like from the country kind of thing, isn't it? If that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe not from the outside, but from the country, the pressure's always on.
Who are you looking out for in the World Cup? Who are you watching out for in the World Cup?
What team?
In terms of players-wise for United.
You from United?
Enzo Fernandez.
Oh, like place to buy.
Place to buy, yeah. I think Enzo Fernandez I'm looking out for. I think we could still get Timber because we're going to need him somehow.
Yeah.
I think,
to be honest, Timber's not a bad buy because he can play a right back as well.
Exactly.
I saw this, by the way. England's route to the final.
Is it?
Yeah, like they do have a relatively favourable run-in.
Okay. So, I think we obviously De Jong as well, obviously. But again, De Jong, we're not really to watch him because we know him. I think for me, watch out for Canada, man. Maybe Jonathan David. You know what I mean in terms of maybe what he could do. Vlahovic for Serbia again.
No, like that team is nice. You know?
I know a lot of people they're not talking about Serbia's team, man.
I can't wait to see Milinkovic-Savic. I really hope he has a good World Cup because I still don't think he gets the respect that he deserves.
Kostic, they've got
Mitrovic, Milenkovic at the back.
They've probably got the best striking force in the World Cup when you look at like the depth of their strikers. Mitrovic, Vlahovic, Jovic, Kostic. Their strike force is stacked, man. But then again, Argentina, Dybala, Messi.
I think Lo Celso's a big miss though for them in terms of balancing the midfield, isn't it?
I know. Everyone is talking about that, man. I can't lie to you. Everybody's talking about that, but you know they should have enough options in there. Tadic as well. Tadic.
I'll be honest here. You see the North American sides like Canada, America. I actually like their teams. Like they have a couple decent players in it.
Yeah.
Even for America, you saw the Robertson guy for Fulham, at left back. I like him.
Yeah.
But the problem, like, let's be honest, man. These countries just probably don't have the powers to compete with the.
Nah, they don't have the powers.
South American and
ultimately, they just won't be good enough.
Are you excited for the World Cup now?
I can't lie to you, man. I don't know if I'm excited.
6 days away.
6 days away. I'm gonna try and get excited for it. I don't know, man. It's one of them, man. I need the first game to get overdone with, and then kind of get into there. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be weird, man. Watching the World Cup, like in the winter, it's weird, isn't it? Like, you're gonna be really half of the time, isn't it?
I know, but you see, me, this is where I've been tactical. I've got 100% attendance so far.
Oh,
I can take these off.
Hey,
I've got 100% attendance. If I don't turn up, it's calm because my attendance is so good.
No, but that's not how attendance works.
No, but it's true though. Like I can come in for a couple of days where maybe the games are dead.
Nah, that attendance doesn't work like that. When you're late, that's when they'll flag you up on it, or when you're not been in.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's uni, man. They don't really care like that.
Oh, you can just pass. You can press it and then get off.
Yeah.
But then you have to travel all the way there, or give someone your card, innit?
Oh, I know. Elizabeth line now, 20 minutes now.
Okay.
Before it used to take me like 40 to 50 minutes, innit? Now it takes me 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'm living good now.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I'll be honest, like Portugal, I really, really want Portugal to do well. Fam, they ain't winning it.
Yeah, 100%. I think for me, Portugal. Oh yeah, by the way, just before we wrap up, yeah, you see that picture of Dalot and Ronaldo?
That killed me, you know. That was funny.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, like those players are definitely in like an uncomfortable situation kind of thing. Because they still respect Ronaldo.
Of course, man. Of course.
But it's kind of like, what can you really do now, innit?
Yeah. 100%, man. You get me?
So I'm saying I have uni next Monday, and I finish at 1, which is when the English game. England are playing on a Monday.
Yeah, Monday, 1 p.m.
Wait, so the World Cup starts on a Sunday. England are playing on a Monday.
Yep. Mad.
Right, anyhow, England don't get through in the groups here. Oh my days! You know what I'm praying for? I swear England got Wales in the group, innit?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, I am praying for a Gareth Bale masterclass in this tournament again.
Yep.
Because see, 100%. Gareth Bale, no one can touch this guy when it comes to international football. I said it before. You know, when it comes to international football, he has a better legacy than Ronaldo and Messi. What this guy can do for Wales, I haven't seen anything like it.
Yep.
So I hope he really continues it. Love Gareth Bale, man. But anyway, you got Big Six now? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, man. Literally right now. Literally any second now. So I'm going to go head over, man. But big up for having me on.
And you got a calling show today as well.
Yeah, I'm going to set it up, people. If you want to come in the calling show, 11 o'clock, people. I'm going to put it up. So shout you then, man.
Calm. Listen, I'm going to be back tomorrow with Ty and Biz probably. Let's see what they're saying. And hopefully there's more Ronaldo quotes today at 10. But listen, Make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and big up everyone for watching.
Come on.